Look who we have here. Oh my goodness. Just as I decide to film, there you are, pulling willows. Hey, Obi! Look at these kids. Oh my God, they're so cute. You are one noisy rooster. Hi folks, welcome back to Visits with Soxy and Anna Alice. I'm Alice, your yarn host today, and I'd love to welcome you down here around the craft table in our little craft room. So, what have we been up to for the week? Well, as you can tell by the beginning of my video, I was out doing some willow basket weaving. But first, I would love to thank all of you for coming. I'd love to thank all my new subscribers for coming, all my regular subscribers for coming and checking me out again. I'm thrilled that you are all here. If you haven't yet subscribed and you like the content you see, please consider hitting the subscribe button and hitting the little bell so that you get all of my shows as they're uploaded. Anyway, so you can find me. I'll put the card up here as to where you can find me, or on this side of where you can find me on all of the internet, where you can go ahead and either follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and also hook up with me on Ravelry. My Ravelry pages are fairly up to date, and yeah, I will get to that later in the episode. Okay, so to start off with, I know those of you that are here for the willow basket weaving, what a great day I had with my daughter out in Stony Plain Manitoba, the country, with her husband and my two granddogs, Obi and Peggy, and a whole bunch of chickens. And yeah, we had a really, really good time. We had a lovely visit, and I want to add that in now, but I'm going to let you know, I'm going to put the timestamps in, so if you're not interested in that, you can skip on through, or, you've got the fast forward button. You can fast forward that as well. And then in the end, we'll get back to some crafty chat, okay? So here you go. I'm going to start it now.
Right.
So that's what you're going to show me how to make, Ronnie. My son-in-law, Ronnie, her husband, is outside cutting wood.
Oh, my coffee's done. 1 second.
Out of my way.
Step 1. We are going to be selecting 3 fairly thick branches.
Okay.
Yes, we want it sort of consistently thick, and you want it about the thickness of your pinky.
Okay, so if we can use this one, we could probably get that out of it, right?
You could get... Yes.
No? Yes?
Those would be a little bit thinner than we're looking for, because essentially we want 3 thick ones, because 3 medium-er ones will be going through them.
Okay.
So it has to be thick enough for another branch to actually go through it without it.
And these are all kind of...
Might be too thin.
But these ones you could use for the other ones, no?
Yes, that's why we're keeping everything. We'll keep on all, because we can use every branch, essentially. Or eventually, we will be using every piece. Because it just works out better that way.
Okay, I'll let you pick them out.
All right, here's a good one. 3. And now,
3 good ones.
So we've got 3 good ones to start with, and then we need to have 3...
Look at how it's got like this stuff growing on it still, hey?
In the springtime, that will become the pussy willows. Those will poof out, and those little bits are the willows.
Are the pussy things.
Oh, it smells so good.
The fluffy parts.
Those will become the fluffy parts.
Smell good. Wow, that smells really good.
Okay, here's 3 more.
Oh,
Bit of a different color.
Ooh, they're a different color. Isn't that nice? It's going to be pretty, even on the bottom.
Well, in Manitoba, we have red willows, and we also have yellow willows. And the older they get, the different like thickness and the barkier sort of traditional wood stick color we get.
Yeah.
But as it dries,
They're
it also
sticky.
gets, it's the sap. They're fresh. They're very
they're
fresh.
sticky. Will that dry later and just...
Absolutely. So as it
okay.
dries, it will eventually go from bendy, whippy, stick hurt to hold its shape,
Solid.
good to go, solid, right?
Yeah, solid.
This one, perfect. All right, so we have 6 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And I've got 6 here. This is going to be a big basket.
Try to get that. You're going to make a little
notch in the middle.
Notch.
Just a notch. Does that have to go all the way through?
It has to go all the way through because you're going to be putting the other ones through it.
Middle. Just right there.
Cranny.
All right. You got to be very careful with this stuff, though.
Now you can use your fingers to get in there.
Whoa!
Oh,
Ron's
sounds like
bringing
Ron's
in wood.
bringing in the firewood.
Oh, there goes a pussycat. All righty. Okay.
Next step,
Okay.
you're going to get one of the other ones that you've not put a hole through. You've not put a hole through this one, and you're going to stick it through like an X. And you're actually going to put all 3 of them through.
How are we going to do that?
You can use this as a wedge. So, for example, because we're going to have to do it anyway, put it through the hole and give it a turn, and then it makes the hole. So then it's easier to just
slide it in.
Slide them through. There you go. Yep.
Ta-da!
Perfect.
Got it.
I'm gonna thin, long, whippy ones.
Like this. Really thin?
I need
Super thin?
thin but long. Yes. And you want about 2. You want 2 of them. So since you have 3, I would like one of those. You only need 2.
1, 2. Ooh. Now you're putting the leftover bits into that bucket behind us here.
The bits that were not serving any kind of purpose.
Okay.
Yeah, just for easier cleanup.
And you want one? There you go. One for you, 2 for me.
Fails. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Now,
Now, easy peasies, we are going to be securing them in place. So they're not going to be wiggling around and they don't fall apart. You can use string and tie it in specific configurations.
yeah.
And then it'll just eventually dry and hold that shape.
Huh.
But
They
on a
sure
bigger
do.
scale,
They sure are strong.
right? So we got that. Boom.
Hang on, I gotta get some more in here. So that it stays straight, right?
We want the whips to stay straight, but we will be bending these next.
Yeah. We don't need a level because it isn't a perfect science, but it will.
Circle happens on its own. People who make granny squares will know that they've started off with circles and then all of a sudden we're in a square again.
Yeah.
Or hexagram.
And when for this video too, just so you know, Cheryl has her own Ravelry account and she does have her crochet patterns for sale as well as some for free. And this if you comment below and use the words Willow basket, I'm going to have a giveaway for one of her patterns.
Okay. Oh, and you'll smell fantastic. I just love the smell of this stuff. Oh, so good.
Isn't that cool?
Okay,
we're starting.
Oh yes, so far so good. This is what we got. Okay, now, as Mom was working on that, you might have noticed I was doing a little bit of a bend and wiggle. The best part about working with willows fresh is they still have a bit of movement to them. They're whippy and wispy. However, if you heard that crack, they don't move all the time, but it doesn't matter if you do break one because as you can see, I broke it, but it'll work for its purpose. And once we do the windings through it, won't even know the difference.
Okay, so
and we'll be adding. So what I'm doing is on all we're leaving the center ones, and the left one, I'm giving a little bit of a bend, encouraging it we're trying to make a circle. We're trying to make it Again, we're working in groups of 2, starting with 2s, and we're going to be going that over, under, over, under, over, under for all of these, but again, alternating. So if you have one that's, I'm going to use yellow, I like yellow. There, okay. So again, we're going to go over, under, all the way around.
Is this too long?
No. The longer the better, because then that means you just don't have to switch to a new one yet.
Oh. And that's what these are. These are actually fairly moist, but because they're so fresh. They're bending. Just not strong enough, I guess, to get them in there. There we go. You said we can fill in the gaps, so I'm good with that. Ooh. There we go.
Yeah.
There. Hey, when I'm getting closer to the end of the willow, it's so much easier. See? So much easier. Ooh. Get over there.
Left, right on top.
Is you just like trapping it in the middle, right? Like that.
Exactly. Yes. You're keeping it from falling, from wiggling around.
Yeah.
And because this is what'll hold the structure or the shape of ultimately your basket when it's done. It'll look like whatever.
But yours looks so nice. Or did you have to add lots in there too?
Oh, this is absolutely, this is, as you can see like many different layers of willow.
Yeah.
And I just, as you see the gaps coming in, you just add them, fill in the gaps. Also, when it dries, there's a little bit of shrinkage.
Oh.
So we're starting with the bit bigger ones again. I've sort of flexed them all, trying to find where they break. So you want to flex it and basically get to the point where wherever it's broken, snap that off. But there is a part where it's really flexible and it stays really good and bendy.
It's breaking all the way up.
But it's not broken. Nope, I've done it. Yeah, no. So just grab about 2 inches, give it a bend. Okay. But don't break it all the way, but give it a bend. And then we're going to stick it in the hole.
Am I supposed to be doing something with the edge first? Did I forget to do a part?
No. I just added more, just extras. Okay. You don't have to.
Okay.
Okay, stick it in, and then basically all of these around, you're going to put a new long whippy one in. And then eventually we're going to gather it at the top like a ponytail. Oops. So there'll be a
I like that you've already bent these for us. Thank you.
You're welcome.
While we were talking, we took a little coffee break, and while we were chatting, Cheryl stripped them and bent them for us so that So what do you think? Do you think I did okay? I really worked hard. It was hard, and I also had to edit down about 4 or 5 hours of coffee and chatting and lunch and what have you into that little work that you see. I'm not the greatest editor. I did my best. So, but I hope it turned out okay and you guys are okay with viewing it. So yeah, I wanted to show you what I brought them home, both of them, the one that Cheryl made and the one that I made. This was the one that Cheryl made. And yeah, as you can see, they're fairly big. Here, I'm going to put, what can I put in here? How about my mug? I got my mug. It's a pretty big mug too. So yeah, and it's a pretty good sized basket. Oh, still smells so good. But you know, I can't get over how malleable it is. And you can just keep, stretching it and forcing it into the shape that you want to make it. You could put something in here, I'm sure, to make the shape a little bit different, but I think I'm good with the au naturel shape. And yeah, it's so cool. I love the way that the yellow willows are turning out green as they're drying, and the red willows are still staying red. Isn't that wonderful? And this one's mine. This one's considerably bigger. Oh, this one's quite a bit bigger, actually. She was pretty shocked at how big it turned out. She helped me out. Cheryl helped me out with filling in the bottom a little more because there was quite a few holes. But as you can see, it's going to be just gorgeous. I just love this. I know Cheryl would love to start up doing some workshops and things for willow basket making, but yeah, what a great way to use the use everything from the forest. For sure. I love them. I absolutely love them. And yes, I will have a giveaway next week. So this week, you can go ahead if you're interested in one of Cheryl's lovely patterns. She has her patterns on Ravelry, her crochet patterns. I'll link below where you can find her on Ravelry, and I'll give away a pattern next week if you put the words willow basket in somewhere in the comment below. Okay, or just put it in if you're interested. It's crochet, mostly amigurumi patterns that she has. This is one here. This is my favorite. This is Manitoba Yeti, designed and created by Cheryl to survive the most harshest of Manitoba winters. Isn't he cute? He's a cute little guy. And this pattern has been tested. And she goes ahead and she puts in all of the rounds. She puts a little box so you can tick it off as you go. I'd say this was an adventurous beginner of amigurumi. But yeah, if you're interested in this pattern or any of the other patterns, be sure to put the comment below, Willow Basket, and you can have a chance to win one of her patterns next week. Okay, so let's get into what I've been working on. I have got almost the end. I'm almost at the end of the first sleeve of my H sweater. I didn't bring it down today. And I'm also at the end of one sleeve for my Gaudy Cardi. And those I'm really trying to get off of the needles because I really need to get busy on the staff invest that I'm testing for Rebecca for the she's the Crayabea podcast. But I also had to cast something on. I know I have no business casting things on, but I've got one more Christmas gift that I have to get done. And it is a Musselburgh hat, and that one last Musselburgh this year. And I'm doing this for a gentleman. And he's getting a very extra large size because he has an extra large head, or so his wife tells me. And yeah, he's going to get a Musselburgh for Christmas. This is also great car knitting, and it's perfect for knitting just to kind of clean my palette when I'm working on the sleeves on my sweater and I'm doing all the decreasing and trying to pay attention to color work and to texture work. Yeah, just doing a bit of straight round and round vanilla knitting is just, hitting it for me. I'm using this yarn this wool that I got from the charity shop. It's from BC. It's A Million Stars. I'm sorry, the ball band is eluding me. It's hiding upstairs and probably in another ball band, but it's called Dingy, and it is so beautiful. It's definitely got some really dingy color, but beautiful accent colors in it of a dark purple and a dark wine, and it's a gorgeous grays, all different values of gray in there. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. And again, that's a good quick knit. I'm doing it while I'm sitting on my stationary bike as well, and I'm putting it in my little Japanese knot bag that I made some time ago out of a couple of fat quarters. I just picked up that pattern on Ravelry. It was a free pattern, and yeah, whipped that up some years ago. It works out really well. I love it. It's a nice little bag out of a couple of old fat quarters. The other thing I've been trying to get a few stitches in on is my new cross stitch that I've been working on. This was the free pattern that I told you about that Dale from Erndale's put me onto. It is this beautiful little joy pattern. It's turning a little bit larger than I thought it would. It's in my, put it in my bag here. But here I've got a good decent amount, a good start on the J and the first snowflake. And I actually have already made a mistake, of course, like I do. And I have done these the little spots here that are supposed to be a lighter green. I've done them in a gold. So I'm going to pick those out and do them in the green because I just like that. Yeah, so there's not very many colors in that one. A couple of reds, couple of 3 greens, and a gold. And yeah, that should be something that I can put up here in my little, little array of crafty things. Okay, so that's the cross stitch that I'm kind of, again, another palette cleanser while I'm doing all that sleeve knitting and stuck on Sleeve Island. One last thing also is what I'm wearing. I am wearing my Rocket DK by Tanis LaValle. By the way, did you know Tanis LaValle has got a podcast? She's had a podcast for a long time, Tanis Fiberhearts. She's a wonderful podcaster as well as a great designer. This is the Rocket DK, and I did do all of it like as to pattern with all of the eyelet holes that go down to the raglans as well as the eyelet feature that goes down the sides and the V-neck with beautiful, I really love this beautiful I-cord edging and around the sleeve as well as on the bottom. Made it a little bit longer, of course, because I do like it to cover. And this is made in that scrumptious yarn from Dragon Fibers. Editing Soxy Nana Alice here. It is not Dragon Fiber. It is Arcane Fiberworks. I'm so sorry for that slip up. But yes, you have a dragon on your logo. I guess that's what stuck in my brain. Okay, back to the show. It is absolutely gorgeous. Out of Lethbridge, Alberta. It's Canadian dyer. He does lovely work. Don't sure what the colorway of this was. It was a one of a kind, and it was a DK weight. It is so lovely, squishy, soft. This is like one of my very favorite winter sweaters, and I made them kind of bracelet length because I do shove my sleeves up. I'm one of these. And then when I get chilly, I do pull it down. So yeah, so that's a cozy sweater, and I absolutely love it. I won this actually from watching his podcast. So I will also link all the YouTubers that I've been mentioned here. I will link down below in the comments. Okay, I had one admin thing I wanted to check with you guys before I go. If you're still here after this long, lengthy video, I just wanted to ask, because I'm over 1,000 subscribers, now I'm eligible to monetize. I don't want any advertising during my show, so I'm not going to monetize because that means that I have to select if they're going to be skippable ads or if they're going to be ones that you're forced to watch. And I don't want anything. I don't want any of them in there. So I want to make sure any of you that once you start, I mean, before it starts, okay, if you get an ad, I'm in no control over that. That's between the things that you're watching. But if from the time I start till the time I end, if there's an advertisement in there, please, I would love you to contact me in some way. Tell me what the ad is and if it's skippable, okay? And if there's more than, if you can't remember that, just say yes, there were ads. Okay, let me know because I will get on YouTube for that and find out what's going on. I want no advertisement during this whole period because I'm not going to take any payment for this. If you did want to donate to the podcast, whether it be through a physical prizes or physical items, contact me by email. My email is soxinanaalice@gmail.com, or you can use my Ko-Fi account and buy me a coffee or tea there, and that's great. I'm not asking, just I just don't want the ads to be on you because I'm not going to be collecting any revenue from this channel. Okay, that's it. I think I'm going to wrap it up for today. It's a kind of a semi-short one today with the basket weaving. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you want more content like this, and for sure, take care and knit with love, folks. We'll see you next week. Bye now. Mwah. Hello, big dog. You know what? Up close, you look like a polar bear. Right? Yeah, you guys look like a piggy. Jerry's not coming. He's playing in the garden. Yes, hello, Peggy. Peggy girl.